Hello and welcome back to UML Operator. For those that don't know, Sparx Enterprise Architect has a built-in feature that can transform how you collaborate, document, and drive delivery. Today we're diving into one of the most underused yet incredibly powerful features in Sparx EA, the journal. So let's get started. If you're working in UML modeling tools or case tools, that's computer-aided software engineering, you need to be journaling and doing it the best way, if possible, as you're starting your work effort. So let me show you how. Before we get to the how, let's ask what a journal is in the industry or in Sparx. So the definition of journal, which was a written record of thoughts, experiences, or transactions, which can be a private diary for self-reflection, a book of financial entries, or a periodic magazine containing scholarly articles on specific subjects. So, a Sparx journal, introduced in Sparx version 14, was part of a collaboration docked window, which we're going to cover in this demonstration. And this is a personal, dated record within Sparx modeling tool used by users to jot down ideas, notes, reminders, to-do lists, and other thoughts as they work on a model or within a project. So it serves as a tool for maintaining momentum, keeping track of ideas, and capturing insights related to your modeling practices and process. As part of our modeling practices and processes, we need to teach the team to create a personal log to track notes, decisions, modeling thoughts, and updates as they progress in the tool. Think of the journal like a project diary for the entire team into the modeling environment. Journals are great for documenting design decisions, capturing project rationale, creating an audit trail for modeling activities, communicating progress in a collaborative manner to the entire team. Think of it as the bridge between modeling and communication, especially in large collaborative case environments, which we'll talk about in a later episode. For this demo today, I've created 3 different Sparx instances for 3 different users. So we can see in this instance here, Paul, the project manager, is logged in to this project instance. In this instance, Rena, the requirements engineer, is logged into this instance. And for this instance, UML operator, the chief architect, the solution architect, is logged into this instance. And what we're going to do is we're going to be looking through the journaling practices that they're going to be using as they're going through all together as a team in delivering this project. So I use the journal. For beginners, journals help you organize and track your learning as you build UML diagrams. For teams, they provide context. Others can understand why change was made, not just what changed. For delivery-focused environments, journals support traceability and model-driven engineering by keeping track of evolving objectives. So let's jump into some best practices. Number 1 is journal regularly. Don't just log big changes. Note small thoughts, ideas, and design challenges. For example, the project manager starts the project and a journal for starting elements. They do things like who's assigned and what are their roles. They use journal for starting thoughts. They start discussions with starting stakeholders. They post notes to themselves in my workbench, formerly known as my diary. Best practice number 2 is use clear tags and dates. In this particular case, we see a journal entry where they're stating they have a date in here. We're going to start the project on this date. When you're looking at other elements and the journal's related, you can see that dates are used by Rena. She tagged her name, she put in a date, and she put in a journal entry. Best practice number 3 is reflect your decisions. Add why you created a diagram, why you made a change, and not just what you did. In this particular case, we brought in a building block diagram and I locked it. So I made a journal entry here about bringing the building block in. Of course, it was baselined, and I used my name or initials or UID and a date stating that this diagram is locked. No one can make changes in this diagram. And the entire team is able to understand the reason why they're unable to do things in this particular model. Next is best practice number 4, and that is to encourage team journaling. In shared project, make journaling part of the collaboration process. It's great for knowledge transfer and onboarding, especially onboarding, people coming in and quickly getting acclimated to the delivery progress as they enter the scene. Do not journal in discussion window. Please use discussions to discuss. The next best practice, number 5, is one of my favorites, and that's create a stakeholder personal workspace. Now, this workspace can be within the project workspace, or it can be inside the model root folder. I usually will put it outside of the project, inside the model root folder, and that is for stakeholders. Each one of them has their own personal workspace where they can journal while they're progressing in any delivery effort, any learning experience, any brainstorming exercise, and so much more. Creating a personal workspace for your stakeholders is, I think, one of the best practices you can have in any project delivery. All right, we're going to wrap up now. I hope this episode was helpful for you. We got much more to cover in our modeling practices series, but journaling is mission critical. Probably the reason I put it in the middle. Wish I would have put it in the beginning. But anyways, start your journaling today in Sparx EA. If you're just modeling for yourself or if you're modeling for a team, you'd be surprised on how much clarity and alignment it brings to your projects, research and development, as well as your own learning in the computer-aided software engineering space. If this helped you, give it a like and hit subscribe if you're not already for more UML, case tools, and practical modeling techniques. Drop a comment if you've used the journal feature. I'd be very interested in that. Or if you have your own best practices to share. All right, so until that next episode, happy modeling.